I stopped chasing love and my body healed. And here's exactly how I did it. Hello and welcome back to another episode on Heal Out Loud. And today I want to talk about something that I know so many of you are feeling right now, because I was in your position too. I know how painful it is to lie awake every night wondering whether you will ever find someone for you. I know the panic of another birthday passing and you're still single. And I also know the shame of thinking that there is something wrong with you because everyone around you is thriving in their relationship, whereas you're the only one that's still single. And I literally know, that feeling of treating yourself like you're not good enough because nobody that you really want has chosen you. But I want to tell you something today, and I promise you this is really going to help you. I went from fearing being single more than anything to enjoying my time alone so deeply that my body literally healed itself. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. So let me take you back because I remember it clearly. I was single and I was terrified, but not the kind of terrified that you admit to people. Kind where you pretend you're fine, you're telling your friends that you're just focusing on yourself, but checking my phone every few minutes, seeing whether he messaged. I used to spend my single time always hoping that my ex would come back. And funnily enough, every time I moved on, my exes did come back. Moving on didn't happen in good ways. It happened through partying nonstop, drinking, going out every single weekend, needing validation from outside of me. And I am someone that takes ages to like someone. So when I finally did like someone, I would hold on so tight that I would abandon myself completely. And that someone wouldn't be someone that I imagined living all my life with or imagining him being the father of my kids. But I was so starved for that feeling that anyone who brought love into my life, they felt like a lifeline. And because I was starving for that feeling, I wouldn't really recognize the things that I'd never wanted in a partner. So for example, I always wanted to live abroad, and I would settle with someone who did not want to move abroad. So obviously that meant that we're either going to break up along the way, or I would end up abandoning my own dreams, wants, needs, just to stay with him. And you know how that ends when you're abandoning yourself just to stay with someone. It ends with you resenting them, it ends with you resenting yourself, and it ends with you not even recognizing yourself anymore. And you would still have to go through the breakup eventually. So here's what I had to face. I wasn't chasing love. I was literally chasing someone to save me. And there is a massive difference. And in reality in life, the good things come when you let go. Not when you're chasing, not when you're searching, not when you're complaining about yourself, not when you're lying in bed crying, not when you're not taking care of yourself. All the good things that happened in your life came to you when you were having fun, when you were at peace, when you are truly enjoying your own company and your friends' company or family's company. And what shifted was this. I stopped needing someone to save me. I stopped needing a relationship to survive. And of course, yes, I still do desire to have a loving, healthy, committed relationship and to have a family, but I don't need anyone to save me. And that's very different. And I'm also completely okay if that doesn't come because of what I did, and I'm going to share exactly what I did with you. So these are the 8 things that I'm going to be sharing with you, and number 1 is inner child healing. I healed my inner child. I reparented my inner child because when I was a kid, growing up, there were things that I didn't receive. Attention, love, care. Of course, my caretakers loved me from their own wounds, so they loved me the way they knew how, but that doesn't mean that they loved me the way I needed. So what I did, I actually reparented my inner child. I gave little me all the things that she needed growing up and didn't receive. And once I started calming down my inner child stopped searching for love outside of her. And just like that is how I stopped accepting the bare minimum from men that I didn't even truly like. And step 2 is I am rewiring my limiting beliefs. I have limiting beliefs in my subconscious brain that say I am not enough, there's something wrong with me, I am not lovable. And I'm really working towards rewiring those limiting beliefs, because if I believe that I am not good enough, I'm unlovable, there's something wrong with me, I am going to choose a person who is going to reflect that back to me. And the person we choose in our lives is a direct reflection of our self-worth. So if I don't feel worthy, I don't feel that I am lovable, that I am enough, I will choose someone who is going to show me exactly that. And the fastest and most effective way to rewire these limiting beliefs is through step 1, inner child healing. Number 3, I do things that I truly enjoy, not the things that look good on Instagram or things that make me seem like I am living my best life. No, but things I truly enjoy. So if, for example, I am invited on Saturday to go somewhere and I really don't feel like going, and I feel like staying at home, chilling and being with myself, that's exactly what I'll do. Obviously, for Instagram purposes, social media purposes, going out, having fun looks much better. But I am really doing the things that I truly enjoy and make me feel at peace and whole. I'm also doing things that really light me up. So maybe going for a sunrise walk, going for a sunset, going for a swim, signing up for horse riding, pottery, surfing, stand-up paddling, canoeing. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what is something that you really enjoy doing that you've stopped doing because you're so focused on finding someone? So for example, if you're focused on finding someone and you do not feel like going to a party, maybe you'll end up going to that party because you're like, yes, that's where I can meet people. No, go and do the things that you truly enjoy. If that means reading a book outside in nature, go and do just that. Because what's meant for you will find you anywhere. I have a lot of funny stories of where I met the people I was in a relationship with. So really and truly, you do not need to be out partying, or you do not need to be in a specific place to actually meet some people. When you're focusing on you and doing things that you truly love, you're going to raise your frequency. When you're on a high frequency, you're going to attract good things into your life. The fourth step that I'm doing right now is I am focusing on my business. The energy I used to pour into analyzing text, trying to look in a certain way for someone, wasting time on my phone, texting, trying to be this perfect woman. Instead, I took all that energy and I poured it into my work, and I created things that I am genuinely proud of. The fifth step is I am focusing on my mental health and my physical health, because carrying the anxiety of, will I ever be loved? Will I ever be chosen? Will I ever be fully seen and heard? Is not just emotional. It lives inside your body and inside your nervous system, inside every single cell that you have in your body. And when I finally started taking care of my mental health and my physical health as a priority rather than as an afterthought, things started shifting in ways I never thought were possible. Step 6, and this is a big one, I am using all the energy that I tend to overgive when I am in a relationship on myself. Saying yes to things I always wanted, following my dreams and passions, because here's the truth. You will always be your greatest project. And yes, you have to be respectful and kind in a relationship, but overgiving is a trauma response. People pleasing is a trauma response. And when you're overgiving and pleasing your partner or anyone that you're dating or whatever, you are abandoning yourself to not be abandoned by someone else. And when you abandon yourself, you are sending out an energetic message that it's okay to abandon me, because even I abandon myself. In fact, think about it. How many times you've said, I've done everything, I did this and that, and all I get in return is breadcrumbs, disrespect, whereas there are other women out there who, they focus on themselves, she goes dancing, she does this, she does that, and he's crazy over her. And that is because the way you treat yourself, others will treat you. The seventh thing that I am doing is I act as if. So I ask myself, if I had the life and the family of my dreams, will I be out partying every single weekend? Will I be chasing validation from men that I would never imagine them being the father of my kids? And if the answer is no, I don't do it. And not just because I'm single, let's say, oh yes, I can do this and then we'll see when it happens. No, I don't do it, not because I am single, but it's just because it's not who I am. And if I want to attract better things in my life, I have to act better. I have to take care of myself better. And I am not waiting for a relationship to live like the woman that I am. I am living like her now. And the last thing I want to mention is I journaled on if my biggest fear had to come true, and that would be of me not having a family, how would I decide to live my life? And as soon as I had that answer, things really shifted, because I realized that there are other ways that I want to live my life, and that having a family is not just the only thing that I want to have, be, and do in my life. And once you journal, once you take the time to think of what you would do if your biggest fear had to come true, maybe of not being in a relationship with someone or not being married or whatever that may be for you, if you journal properly on what would I do if I don't get the thing that I really want in my life, and you will realize that there is plan B that is as amazing as plan A. And that takes away a lot of fear. And since I became comfortably single, not single and suffering, not single and waiting, I have healed my autoimmune disease fully. And I am also healing my endometriosis naturally, which goes against every study that there is about endometriosis and goes against everything that all the professors at hospital told me. I was on the waiting list for surgery for endometriosis, but I kept on persisting, and I naturally got rid of one of my endometriomas, and I only have one left to go, which is also shrinking. And whoever knows what endometriosis is, you know well that doctors say that you can't get rid of it unless you get surgery, or maybe you can control it with hormonal treatment, or get pregnant. So me getting rid of one of my endometriomas out of two naturally is a huge thing. Taking care of yourself and not feeling miserable and complaining and calling yourself names just because you're still single is gonna help you a real lot. Being comfortably single helped me build amazing work for my business. I said yes to my lifelong dream, which I will be sharing more details about soon, so stay tuned. I booked things I'm truly in love with. I am focusing on my second business. I have been really consistent with strength training and yoga, and I actually went on my first yoga retreat, which was amazing. I also learned how to make the best lasagna and pies and healthy cakes. I healed my gut, I am healing my face, and I renovated my whole place. And I finally sleep 8 hours because I had a real bad problem with my sleeping schedule. I wanted everything perfect in my life. I was also over-giving to people who didn't deserve it. I used to sleep way less than I sleep now. So I got that on point too. I've been signing up for many things that I've always wanted to try out. Trust me, this is not just about being single. This is what happens when you stop abandoning yourself. So your breakdown can be your breakthrough. Stop treating yourself as if you're a nobody. Stop waiting for someone to come and prove your worth, because you're already worthy just as you are. Take all this energy and pour it back into you. That's how you will attract whatever is meant for you. Thank you for being here. If you want to dive deeper on how to be comfortably single, watch this space, watch my Instagram at Evolving with Nicole, because a lot of good things are coming your way. I will see you again next Friday, and I wish you a very happy weekend of doing things that you truly enjoy for you, and not just to find a man or a partner.